Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Last night, Jin and I ended up driving all the way to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and we slept here in a motel right on the beach. So, should we go check it out?
여기는 키리허크라는 곳인데요. 여러분들은 아마 키리허크라고 그러면 모르실 텐데 이렇게 얘기하면 다 아실 거예요. 이곳은 라이트 형제가 1903년 12월 17일 최초로 비행을 성공한 곳이에요. 그래서 바닷가에 갔다가 라이트 형제가 그 비행을 한 그곳에도 역사적인 곳에도 한번 가보겠습니다. 여기가 저희가 묵은 호텔인데 여기 바닷가가 이렇게 연결돼 있다고 그러더라고요. 한번 가보려고요. 와.
So pretty.
The water is like green.
It's so cold today.
바람도 엄청 많이 불고 엄청 추워요 지금. 라이트 형제가 바람이 일정하게 많이 불어가지고 여기서 비행을 했다고 하더라고요. 일부러.
You know, this motel was actually a really good deal. We got it for $80 a night. And if you're lucky, you can actually be in one of those rooms that's looking at the ocean. Wow. This is amazing. Look at that.
It's like a good place to do surfing.
Yeah. Like my family that lives here, they can see this every day if they want to. They're so lucky.
저희는 미네소타, 그러니까 미국 딱 정중앙에 살아서 호수는 많아도 바다 보기는 굉장히 힘들거든요. 그래서 오랫동안 차 타고 그리고 비행기 타고 왔으니까 그래서 이렇게 좀 즐기다 가려고요. 바다 진짜 오랜만에 보네요.
The best thing about this is the beach just stretches infinitely in both directions and there's like no one here. So even when I came here in the summertime, it was not overcrowded or anything. It's really like a little piece of heaven. Whew. Except it's so windy.
I guess Wright brothers are smart. It's like I can just fly here.
Yeah. Cut the video.
Yeah.
It'd be so nice to have some coffee right now and just sit here on the beach and watch the waves. Like these are good waves. Good surfing waves if you're brave.
저도 뉴저지 살 때 아틀란틱 오션을 한 15년 전에 한두 번 본 것 같은데 그때는 거기 관광지라서 되게 지저분하고 막 가게들만 보였는데 여긴 진짜 아무도 없이 진짜 완전 그냥 자연 그 자체예요.
Whoa. Careful. Don't get wet. Run. See? Our checkout time is in like 5 minutes, so we gotta hike back to our room really quick, grab our stuff out of there, maybe grab some breakfast, and then we'll see where the day takes us.
Yeah, let's go. 여기 뭔지 모르겠는데 덕도넛이라고 간판이 자주 보이길래 따뜻한 커피 사러 가보겠습니다. 이 도넛을 직접 만드나 봐요. 신기하다. 커피랑 도넛 먹으러 갑시다. 레이가 좋아하는 도넛.
I didn't know they're gonna like make the donuts there. I thought it was just a random donut shop where you just pick ones that they've already made. I thought they would be sold out, but no, they make them fresh when you order. That's amazing. I had no expectation when we stopped over here because usually when you go to a donut shop in the US, they've already made the donuts and they're just sitting in a display case for you to order. But no, they make them fresh. You get to choose from like 50 different kinds. Ooh, oh my God. We had to make our decisions fast in there, so I don't even know what we got. But there's one donut I think we have to eat now,
Yeah.
which is the bacon donut.
미국 사람들은 별의별 음식에 다 베이컨 올려 먹거든요. 그래서 베이컨 도넛 먹어보겠습니다. 맛이 없을 수가 없어요. 단짠.
It's like a common donut type in the US these days because it's good. I know it seems kind of fat-assy, but it's worth it.
이게 그 베이컨 올린 도넛이에요. 한번 먹어보겠습니다.
Okay, let's do it here.
Cheers.
Cheers. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't usually eat out of the house, but there's one treat that I love.
Bacon. Oh, sorry.
Donuts! Bacon! When have I ever said
I said it wrong.
bacon is what I want? No, a donut.
Confused.
Ooh, that is a fresh, tasty donut.
진짜 맛있다. 와, 맛있다.
Wow, the donut texture is really yummy.
야,
Do you guys know what Jin has made me eat every single meal for every day? When he lived in New Jersey, he was obsessed with Wawa. He loved the Wawa hoagies. So he convinced me that I had to try a Wawa hoagie. And then we learned that that's actually a very cost-effective travel food in the South or the East Coast. So I have now eaten a Wawa
3
sandwich
3 times.
every day. This is our first non-Wawa.
미국에서 로드트립 하다 보면 진짜 패스트푸드밖에 먹을 게 하나도 없거든요. 그래서 샌드위치가 그나마 그래도 헬시한 옵션이에요.
Healthy option.
아, 레이랑 같이 살다 보니까 이렇게 콩글리시가 지금 계속 나와요. 아,
Don't blame me.
건강한 옵션이에요. 이 사진 아마 거의 다 보셨을 거예요. 이 사진을 촬영한 장소가 바로 저 언덕인데 저 언덕에 되게 큰 동상 같은 게 있어요. 이따 가까이 가서 보여드릴게요. 이게 그 비행기를 재현해 놓은 건가 봐요. 와, 1903년에 이걸 어떻게 생각하고 만들어냈지? 이게 날개인데 이 천막에 다 못 박고 이렇게 꼬매가지고 만들었어요, 일일이. 그리고 뼈대는 나무고. It's kind of bigger than I thought.
I really wonder how much it weighs. I mean, I'm sure it's not that heavy, but because of the scale, it would be hard to transport that thing.
1903년에 어떻게 이런 거를 만들어서 하늘을 날 생각을 했는지 정말 대단하네요. 다 나무로 깎아서 프로펠러 만들어 놨어요.
This is the real propeller from 1903,
와우.
and it was damaged in their fourth flight.
이게 인류가 최초로 하늘을 날 때 사용했던 그 프로펠러래요.
So cool.
완전 유물이네.
Okay.
Thank God we came here.
Yeah. I'm very pleasantly surprised.
여기가 라이트 형제가 비행기를 날린 곳인데 보시면은 기념비들이 있어요. 1, 2, 3. 예, 첫 번째, 두 번째, 세 번째 시도고 네 번째 시도는 저 멀리 58초 비행한 건데 저기에 도착하고 비행기가 다 부셔졌대요.
The fourth flight was 852 feet.
와.
So that's, I guess, 852 feet. It looks like where the brothers lived and worked during their testing seasons, late summer through autumn.
They did the camping.
This is their camp.
여기서 먹고 자고 비행기 고치면서 비행기를 날린 거예요. 와, 진짜 열정이 대단하다. 그 인류의 비행이 뭐 아무렇게나 이루어진 게 아니네요.
Must have been so chilly.
Yeah, they did it in December.
Their flight was in December, but their work was not in the winter, I think.
So they flew here. Wow. So this is the historical land.
Is this?
Yeah, here. First successful attempt. 와, 여기가 인류가 최초로 비행에 성공한 역사적이고 아주 영광스러운 땅이에요. 여기 이렇게 로켓 런처처럼 이렇게 쏴 올렸나 봐요, 이렇게.
Wow,
Wow, so interesting.
that's crazy. Oh, we have to hike Halasan. Oh my gosh, look at that.
저기 기념비 있는데 저기까지 한번 가보려고요.
One of the beauties of the US is we love to celebrate our historical achievements by making memorials and parks and stuff like this. And especially for children, I think it's a really great opportunity for them to come learn while having fun and getting to see more of the country. I just love it.
그 미국 영화 보시면은 이렇게 아빠가 그 캠핑밴 같은 거 끌고 이렇게 가족들이랑 이렇게 장거리 자동차 여행을 다니잖아요. 그게 이런 데를 방문하는 거예요. Ray, it's an honor for me to have this opportunity to come to this really important land.
Do you realize without the Wright brothers, you and I would have definitely never met?
Yeah,
Or it would have maybe happened later
yeah,
in life?
yeah. Thank you, Wright brother. You did the right thing.
Like, how is it possible that a flight from Minnesota to Korea is like 16 hours. It all started from a couple of second long flight. And now we can travel 16 hours straight.
Yeah.
That's insane. Wow.
So Wright brothers' first attempt is actually shorter than current day's airplane's wingspan.
I guess that's true, yeah. Wow.
와, 여기 진짜 풍경 너무 좋다. What is that?
Oh, this is the hill where they would do their experiments. So they would climb to the top of the hill and glide off of it.
아, 여기서 있구나.
It used to be a sand dune. And they said they had to carry their gliders up the hill, and it was so tiring.
Like this. Every attempt.
Yeah.
And if it breaks, you have to fix it.
Wow.
여기는 첫 번째 글라이더를 날려서 실험한 곳. 그리고 저기는 그 동력원을 이용한 비행기를 날렸던 곳인 것 같아요. 와, 이렇게 날았다, 이렇게. 어떻게 이 무거운 걸 다 지고 올라갔을까? 열정이 대단하네요. 저기까지 한번 올라가 보겠습니다. Let's go hike.
If you can call it a hike.
At least we didn't have to carry our glider.
Exactly. Oh, hiking up this thing every time you want to do a test. Man, they must have had buns of steel.
That's probably why they made sure, because they don't want to work. They don't want to hike with the air glider.
Yeah.
Yeah. 이 주변에 새들이 굉장히 많이 날아다녀요. 아마 새들도 이 지역을 좋아하나 봐요, 비행하기에. 그래서 이곳은 인류 역사에 굉장히 기념적인 곳이라 그 항공 덕후들이 여기 이렇게 모인다고 하더라고요. 성지순례 하려고요. Why?
빨리! 빨리 가자!
빨리 가자.
You're so slow. There's like 100 steps behind me. I believe I can fly.
I believe I can touch the sky. I think you can touch the sky. Wow, you're touching it. So this is the world's first airport.
I wouldn't know because I can't see. What a great view.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at the monument. It looks so great. Wait, sorry. Look at the monument. It looks so great.
에이, 장난치지 마.
I mean, wait. Look at the monument. It looks so great. Oh, look at the monument. It looks so great.
Yeah.
Haha, I'm so funny.
웨이 잼, 노잼.
The ocean view is gorgeous.
와, 바다가 보여요, 여기는.
Wow.
I think it's like they're trying to make like an airplane shape, like a wing shape.
Could be.
Yeah. From side it looks like a tail. 인류 역사에서 진짜 중요한 곳에서 기념사진 한번 찍고 가도록 하겠습니다. Wright brothers. 인류가 첫 비행에 성공한 이 역사적인 장소. 그 라이트 형제 아니었으면은 저희가 만나지도 못했을 거예요. Ray, fly.
If I'm not careful, I might. Oh my gosh. Of course, as soon as I stand there, I hit with a gigantic gust of wind.
바람이 너무 많이 불어서 구름 움직이는 게 보여요, 막. 여기는 바람이 너무 많이 불어서 비행기 아니고 벽돌이라도 뜨겠어요.
What? Why do you look like that? That was so funny. I think you can fly further, all the way down there.
Ready? Ready? I'm gonna take off.
Sure, go.
안녕히 계세요, 여러분.
그냥 떠나기 아쉬워서 바다 한 번 더 보고 가려고요.
Even this looks cool. Like all the sand everywhere. Wow.
아마 여기 노스캐롤라이나 해변가가 미국에서 가장 저렴한 해안 뷰가 아닐까 싶습니다. 진짜 아무것도 없어요. 저 끝에서부터 저 끝에까지 아무것도 없어요. 그냥 해변이에요.
My gift to you, kind sir,
와, 귀엽다.
as big as my hand.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. You can store all of your little trinkets in here.
Yeah, I can use it as an 앞접시.
Yeah. This is so fun. We're just walking around, but I'm having such a good time.
Yeah.
It's one of the most memorable places I think we've been in the US.
Yeah.
Jinunim, there are so many birds over there. Do you want to
Yeah.
go over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at this guy. Look at him run. What is that guy? That's like me. Like I have such a short upper body and such long legs. That bird is me. Woo. When I run, it's like the bird. I want to find a really good shell as a souvenir.
Yeah.
I found oyster shells and a couple of cute small ones, but I want a good one. I want a big one. Look at. I feel like the Little Mermaid. Come to me. Birds of the beach.
Go say hello.
Hello. What are those? What is that? That's so cute. What is that?
오, 진짜 귀여운 거 있다.
Oh my gosh. And look at these ones. Those are cute too. What is that? Why do they go like this? Look, they go. "Meow, meow." Look at that. Cute. What the heck? Why are they so cute? They run out when the tide goes out and then they run back when the tide comes in. Cute. You know, if there are birds around, that means there's probably food. That means there's going to be good shells. So I should look carefully.
저희는 미국 딱 중앙에 있는 미네소타에 있기 때문에 바다 보려면은 좌우로 30시간씩은 운전해야 되거든요. 그래서 이렇게 바다만 보면은 기분이 좋아져요. 이제 보기 힘든 광경이거든요. 와, 시원하다. What is that?
My new dagger.
조개 하나에도 이렇게 행복해하는 레이. Don't touch anything. What if it's like a poison
It's not. It's a
jellyfish?
shell. It's fine. You look so emotional when you stare out at the ocean.
Yeah. I was thinking about our future. Tonight's dinner.
I knew you would say something like that. Wawa sandwich?
Yes. 레이가 좋아하는 꼬막. 레이, 꼬막. 우와.
Look at how thick it is.
와, 진짜 두껍다. 여러분들 여기 이상한 거 있는데 이거 뭔지 아세요? 이거 되게 이상하게 생겼어요.
You probably shouldn't touch it if you don't know what it is. No, don't do that. Jin,
막 걸리게 돼 생겼어요.
Jin, don't do that. So I decided to search what are the black spiky pouches on North Carolina beaches. It's hongo egg sacs. Hongo egg sacs everywhere. My nemesis. They're everywhere. Wow. Are they okay to touch? They're called the devil's pocketbooks or witch's purses or mermaid purses. Oh, so each pouch contains 1 egg. It doesn't say that they're dangerous though, so I guess let's touch them. Let's touch them all for fun.
Here, we should open one. I think it's dead, so it's okay to open. 모래 들어있는 것 같아요, 안에.
Yeah, it's just a pouch.
There's a pouch, nothing in it,
Nothing in it.
just sand.
Yeah. Cool. I learned something new. Apparently that's what 홍어 egg sacs look like. Fun.
바다야, 언제 다시 올지 모르겠지만
Bye
안녕.
bye.
바다 안녕. 잘 있어. 가자.
가자.
재밌었다.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Highly recommend Kitty Hawk, North Carolina if you have the chance. Woo, so pretty.